Yes, everybody. Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. It's Friday. Gotta get down with Friday. Not my words. The words of Rebecca Black. It's Friday. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. What? Well done. Another week done. Congratulations, everybody. Good work. Sterling work. If you're new around here, where the hell have you been? But give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Because anytime we put new content on, you'll be the first to be made aware of when we put new content on. And I believe today, Anton is gracing us with a West Ham Daily today. So I don't know what time he's going to do it. So he probably doesn't know either, to be honest. But when he does, he'll let you know. And the first people will know are the guys who subscribe. So make sure you subscribe. As always, I'd like to thank all our lovely sponsors. Obviously, Manscaped. We'd like to thank Nantucket, Umbro, Supporters Club, Irons Points Food Banks. You know who you are, and you do a great job. Thank you very much, everybody. Is it me, or is just like this? Is this sort of international break dragging more than ever? It's really dragging for me at the moment. Also, fair play yesterday, guys. The Bond stuff yesterday blew up on Twitter. Ian Bishop getting involved. Bish Bosh getting involved with Dr. No Scruples. But he had a picture on Outerwich. Fair play, Bish. Nice to see you. Yeah, we had to put a squad up, a complete squad. Some absolute belters on there. On Hernandez's Secret Service. The world is not Mac enough. Diamantes are forever. Tomorrow Nevers dies. Moonbreaker. Jonathan Spector. Dino Avaste. Are you to a kill? Top work, guys. Honestly, top work. And there was loads of nice comments. Some people adding to it as well on the Twitter feed. Love it. Thank you, everyone, one and all, for your efforts. As always, let's see who've got the chat today. We've got Ironclad. Good afternoon to you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. Happy Friday indeed. Gaz is in the house. Gaz is there. Father Snowman's in the house. James is in the house. It's nice to see. Father Snowman woke up with swollen neck. Wrong part of the body. You want to wake up swollen, isn't it? To be honest. But anyway, hope everything's okay. Getting back from the hospital and everything. Hope you are well, my friend. Scott Miller. Good afternoon to you, Steve. Howdy. Hope we're all well. Well, very well, thank you. Skipper. What we got here? Just saw that Salt Bay restaurant. Sure, that place is on the hit list. Do you know what? I saw it. I had an inkling that I might have been going for my birthday today. But yes, I saw that. It's in Knightsbridge, isn't it? I haven't watched that video yet. He was in Romford the other day. I saw him in Romford the other day. But I'll definitely be one to have a look at. A bit expensive, I think. But we'll definitely have a look at it. But yes, Salt Bay. I was trying to explain to Mrs. Budden what Salt Bay was all about. She didn't really get it. I particularly want to try the really thin, almost like the carpaccio, and then you cook it with the melted butter, clarified butter. That looks quite cool. Russ, I have a question. Can the network put on the screen when shows are happening? My shows, yes, Father Snowman. We know my chair's a bit dodgy. My shows, yes. 12:30, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we have extra shows. The rest, it's up to them, innit? Anton, I think he's going to be on this evening. But that's why, hopefully you're a subscriber, Father Sam. I'm sure you are, and I'm sure you hit your notifications so you're made aware. But yes, we will try and get a proper schedule together. It's difficult with the dailies, particularly at the moment when there's not much news out. And obviously people are trying to, particularly myself, Stel and Anton, during the day, trying to sort out, work and life and stuff like that. Next week, we hopefully, in terms of a bit of a heads up, we've got shows coming on Monday night and on Wednesday night. Monday night is TBC, hopefully. We've got a My Hammers 11, ex-Hammer My Hammers 11, and it's live with, we had Robert Hall this week, which is a great one. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Next week, it's the other side of the spectrum. So an elder statesman, we'll say, as a player. It's one you don't usually hear a lot about, particularly from West Ham. So little bit of a coup. And then on Wednesday, we've got the Terrier himself, Mark Ward. We've got Mark Ward coming on, and we're starting a new series with him called Hammer It Out, where basically he can put whatever he hates about the modern game, 3 things, and we can hammer it out the game. bit like Room 101. So Wardy's coming on Wednesday, and hopefully on Monday. My camera's connected for some reason to my phone. I don't know why. Anyway, and then on Monday we have a My Hammers 11. I'm waiting to. He said he's okay, but I don't. But he said then he put a thing. I might have a Zoom call with America. So yeah, he's put like a little. He's put the carrot there, but I don't want to show you the carrot just yet in case it doesn't come on. But he will come on eventually. So we'll announce that on Monday if all going well. Wally, good morning to you from sunny Philadelphia. Always sunny in Philadelphia. Made a program about it with Danny DeVito. But yeah. Apparently it's going to hit like 19 or 20 degrees in the UK this weekend. Very strange. Everyone's talking to each other. Lovely to see. Coffee in hand, Gaz. I hope you're well too. If Arsenal lose, if Newcastle lose, the heads will be right. Steve Bruce don't care, does he? He gets a £3 million payoff, doesn't he? In terms of his, yeah. I know. It's funny. I was talking to someone today at work she's not a football fan at all, but she was listening to all the coverage, and she asked me what my thoughts were, and it was firstly, for a monetary perspective, jealousy, because obviously, you want to be the richest club in the world, which technically Newcastle are now. But then, the actual ownership, or the ownership being, not the most. There's a great Tifo video, sort of going through who the new owners are. But obviously this was recorded a year ago, but not much has changed. It's the same owners. It's just they don't really. But by the sounds of it, it's just like they're just putting the money in. They're not doing anything to do with the ownership. I think that's how they've got around the prim and proper, test. But I have no idea. Ludders, hope you're well, my friend. Good at Crosshammers. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Just got me England tickets for Tuesday's entry 7th. Not getting there till 7ish. Oh well. I imagine Deck will be playing that game. I don't think he'll play tomorrow. But I imagine Deck will be playing that. Good afternoon, Duke. Hope you're my friend. Hope the pub is jumping. Looking forward to Saturday. You'll have a turn up. We've got sort of a dark spot there, haven't I? Oh, it doesn't matter. They have a turn, not a turn. You won't have a turnout. You might have a turnout. I don't know. It depends if you're a regular man and you go to the toilet. But your pub will have a turnout. A good turnout for tomorrow, I hope. For the England game, and obviously Tuesday game. Great news for Duke's Pub. Anyone in the Blue Water area, head over to Duke's Pub, and you'll be greeted with a smile and a pint. I need to get down there myself, my man. But yeah, it's getting over the water, innit? Got a lot of enemies south of the water, to be honest, and I've got to pay $5 to get over the bridge, innit? Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. Right, so we got that was some 11 put together, a few names. Totally, man. Totally. Really sort of nostalgic. Really nostalgic. I love listening to some of the things that he was talking about and some of the players. You're thinking, Christ, yeah, these were good. We had a good youth academy, like Jordan Spence, Bondsy and Garner. That's the one I thought was brilliant. Completely. He was I saw some. I went to see some sort of coverage of him. He was a unit. He was a big boy, old Bronzing Garner. Peach is in the house. Good to see you, Peach. Hope you are my friend. Tom's in the house. Oh, a new home. Have you just come over, Tom? We've been here for 3 months. Been here since August. No, August, September. It's our third month. Hope you're well, Tom. I'm on about their owners, Ross, through their human rights. Yes, exactly. It's detaching, isn't it? And everyone's like, oh, and it made me laugh when it was like, oh, we got a club back. Look at the human rights, Look at, they have had the best time. So yes, and I think for them. I think it was anyone apart from Ashley, wasn't it? That's the way I've seen it. Went to a work function. I was like, Alexandra was Burke. Found out who her boyfriend is. Yeah, yes, Darren Randolph. Was Dazza there? I hope he was. I hope she was in fine fittle. She did very well on SAS Tough Enough. She did better than Kieran Dyer, former West Ham player. Afternoon, Clive. Hope you're well, my friend. The boy played 4 out of 7 in 9 games yesterday. Horrific foul. Now has a broken arm. No match 5, 6, and 7. Or any of the next 6 weeks. Jeez, hope he's well, my man. Hope he's well. Give him time to, a bit like Vladimir Sufal, having those 2 weeks off just to recuperate. Hope he recuperates. He's played a lot of games recently. They say Newcastle, I don't know which club might be, but it doesn't mean they can build. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not. They're not rich. They're the richest club based on their owners. income level rather than necessarily how much money they have available. That'll be interesting. And I saw today that what was it? Big Fat Frank and Steven Gerrard are favourites for the Newcastle job, or maybe they'll get Benitez back. He's doing all right at Everton. What do you reckon? Do you reckon he'll go back? I think they'll go for a name. I think they'll go for someone like Gerrard or Lampard. Someone that's recognisable globally, or as a. But then so is Benitez. I don't know. It's not my problem, is it? Not my problem. How are England going to handle the mighty Andor? I don't know. Particularly, I don't think what's name will play. I don't think Rice will, but I think there'll be a scratch team out. Money talks, and watch Newcastle spend now. Yeah, but they can spend, but they don't. But it's all about who they spend, who they buy, and the manager can bring them together. Christ, look at how much Pellegrini spent. Did he bring a team together? No. So we'll see. We'll see. It's all about having money, but it's new money, isn't it? New money. But anyway, hope you're well, James. Hope you're well, my friend. Notice that she was looking rather lovely, though. Very skimpy outfits. How dare you? On the Tomb review, they want Benitez. I think they all want Benitez. He's their sort of the prodigal son, wasn't it? If you was them, if you was the owners or the new owners, you would go and get Benitez. First thing you'd do, get Benitez in, just to get the fans on board. By all accounts, I was talking to a Newcastle guy the other day, and he said, obviously before the sort of takeover, that very hostile fan base. Everyone was it's not in support of the manager or the team or the board. And what you would do to get him on your side, that's an easy job, isn't it? Get Benitez in, sack off Bruce for 3 million quid. He's happy. He don't care. He's either still got a job, or he gets 3 million quid in it. Newcastle will be looking at other clubs like ours, like Everton. They're not going to sign a Messi, maybe, but who knows? Maybe the owner. it's like you think when Man City, when Sheikh Mansour took over Man City, first it was by Robinho. You'll get that they'll do a market. They'll do a marquee signing, but as you said, it might be a marquee signing within. It might be a Harry Kane, or it might be a Sterling, or someone there who can just upset the apple cart a little bit. It's going to be interesting. Newcastle definitely got bringing Big Sam back. Might fancy oh no, it's an all-female refereeing squad, so to speak, the linesman, and which is absolutely brilliant, fantastic. It's the only way we're going to get progress now of a similar takeover. Well, it's progress, yeah, but you think how much. But then look at how much Moyes has spent, and look at the other teams around him who we outperformed last season, Tom. So you got, Newcastle's one added to the list, so to speak. But we'll see what happens. Money can't buy class, can it? It can't buy team spirit, so we'll see. Look how much. I mean, Tottenham are £6 million in debt or something like that. Arsenal is a lot of debt. I don't think we should worry as much about it. For us, I think we've got the infrastructure. I'd worry if I was Everton, because you'll lose your manager, quite possibly, and that'll make a big difference. Luke, good afternoon. If I was them, get a coach, not a manager. How would be my choice? Wouldn't fancy, you wouldn't fancy. I wouldn't fancy the Saudis would be wanting someone like Eddie Howe, to be honest. I don't think they would. I think they'd want someone who's a bit more of a name. Pellegrini, someone that's who I think they'll end up getting, someone like that. They'll get Benitez, I'm pretty sure. Newcastle are bridging the gap to start with, picking the best players from 6 to 12. Yeah, possibly, man. Yeah, possibly. Like Shearer going back there, they could install Andy Carroll as manager. That's what I like. There we go. Do. They did the stats on Brutes. With a 900 games, his win ratio was less than 300. Well, there we go. If only Saudis wanted to buy us and give us those funds. Yeah, but it's not. But I wouldn't want having that over us. I know, everyone's very. we're all jealous of. We'd love to be cash rich, but that's not our style. And we already have. A little bit of a. There was disenchantment saying, when we spent all that money, with Pellegrini, we're not West Ham. We breed players through, that type of thing. If we went then and spent £200 million on Haaland and buy all these players, that's not our style. And then there'd be even more of a detachment. That's the thing about Man City. you've got a lot. There is a detachment from the fan base and the man, in terms of, the corporate side, and so the grass isn't always greener. That's the way I see it, man. The grass isn't always greener, but everyone's got opinion, just like arseholes, isn't it? We've all got one, so we can all share them. But for me, I just think, I'm pleased for them because I know Newcastle and how long they've had to. I've got some friends with Newcastle fans and how long Ashley's sort of been under their tenure, but I'm not envious of them. Do you know what I mean? Tom's exactly the same. Not interested. It would be another nail in the coffin. The old. Totally agree. Buying success is temporary without a base of up and coming players. Exactly, because all you're doing is next season you'll have to buy another £200 million worth of players because the academy's not there, and so on and so forth. I think you're right, James. I think it's gonna be a poisoned chalice. Is that the right expression of poisoned chalice? I think there's going to be a real. Well, I think we'll see. I reckon, or they may miss, being quite cutthroat, and they might necessarily not. Wrong expression, but in terms of if the results aren't coming, then who knows what's going to happen with Steve Bruce, and he'll be, and then there's a new manager comes in and they're not instant success. What Tottenham would even want to live in Newcastle? Well, mate, a bit of that makes no difference for him now, does it? You know me, bit of that. Also, you'll have to risk them getting bored and putting out in a few seasons. That's what we all thought was going to happen to Abramovich, wasn't it? If the Saudis aren't having success, then arguably that could be the case, isn't it? They're not getting not instant success, but and it's going to be interesting how that's managed. It's all going to end in tears. Let's hope so. League Two, non-league within a decade. Interesting, my friend James. Interesting. No, I think it's shaking up the landscape a little bit. It's a bit like when Leicester won the Premier League and all the other teams, sort of in the traditional Grade 6, had to then spend money. I know what you're saying. 3 million net would redevelop and training and better quality play. True, but at what cost? At what cost, my friends? Do you know what, Jay? It's great. Yeah, I mean, let's spend. They might be have that much money, but people usually have that much money, don't spend that much money. That's the thing. There's a reason why they're that rich, because they don't spend a lot. And what they do, they get an investment back. And football isn't that way. And they'll soon find that out in a very, very obvious way. And, for them, I think, yes, we could redevelop London Stadium. That's great. And, and everything else. But then your Lord and Masters would be tyrants, and and I don't. For me, it's like that's not us. And Tom made a good point. It's like, for me, that's very much not going further away from West Ham as an entity. If that makes sense. But hey, each their own, man. So, do you get a marquee signing for minutes? No, you don't. I don't know. Could you? At the end of the day, who wants to live in North East? Well, I suppose if you've got a couple of £100 million, sign. If you've got £100 million or you're on 200 grand a week, you could probably get a nice taxi, get a nice Uber, couldn't you? In 3-2, we could. Steve, I mean, they wouldn't get the 300. I mean, they're not getting £320 million. That's how much they're worth. So they're not getting that money. So who knows how much money they're going to be putting in. But a marquee signing is someone big up top. There we go. Boom, boom. Notice how you don't hear from Tufty anymore. Tufty was on the thing the other day, wasn't he? Milic should have a sale. Now is the winter of our discounts tent. Very good. Yellow Hammer Fair should be arriving soon. Afternoon, Andy. Hope you're my friend. Rather than buying success is almost cheating. Would rather spend money to earn our right to hopeful future trophies. I know what you mean. And we've said it before. When I don't think I'd want to win It's really weird. I don't think I'd want to win the Premier League because that puts you in a different bracket, and that's not us. We're a plucky side. It's really strange. But I just don't see us in that realm. I don't want to see us in that realm because you get a lot. I've got friends who are Man City fans, and a lot of them feel really detached from the club because it's so like Uber club now. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not really a traditionalist, but some things like that, I'm like, do you know what? I'd like to stay as we are, to be honest. A little bit of money would be nice, but I think I wouldn't want to just go completely the other way. Do you know what I mean? Still in the Northeast, players will go up for 2 years max. You're right, and they've had enough of Mo. He's mega. They can invest 1 billion and not even blink. It's true, but it's about how. Obviously, I know financial fair play is a bit of a but they can't literally give Steve Bruce really, or give it a go. Well, there's £100 million. Off you go. 100 billion. That won't work. They can't do that. So we'll see. I want us to earn it. Yes. Yeah, that's what I mean, guys. Yeah. Earn it on the train home on the way back from work. You know, it's his birthday weekend on Mars. It's good to see. What we got. Actually look respectable compared to other owners. Football finances, it's a cesspit. Football finances are a cesspit, man, and how it all works and things like that. And I think, you know, it's great, but yeah, it's the detriment not just to them, but you know, the English game. Do you know the English game? You know, if you're not bleeding through, you know, academy players, then who's going to be the next load of England players coming through? You know, are we going to go to Germany and play for Dortmund and before they come over and, you know, they get tested? I don't know. What we got here? Marzi, who are you trying to kid, mate? No, I am Scott. I am. We'll be boring expecting to win every week. That's not us, though, is it? Well, it's not us, right? To be fair, we're not lose on the booze, isn't it? And, you know, whether we've had a really, really bad game or really, really good game, we dust ourselves off, we go again next week. This channel is an epitomation of that. So, I think it's, you know, when they're running out, I mean, you know, Liverpool, Liverpool to some extent is slightly different to the City model in that, you know, they bought well, but they haven't bought City don't even spend they might spend, they don't tend to spend they spend a lot, but on lots of different players. They'll buy players from Brazil for like £18 million. They won't, they never didn't end up buying Harry Kane. I know they bought Grealish, which is very unusual for them to spend that much money on one player. I think that's the most they've ever spent on one player. I just wouldn't want it. I don't think I want it. Chile from Jamaica, it'll be rough nights. The island lost again. Oh dear, poor Kevin. Hope you are, my friends, because Antonio weren't playing for you, mate. Russ, when will they increase the capacity? Would love to see it. I don't know, man. I do not know, but I'm hoping it'll be soon. As always, on Friday, I forgot to put the thing in the chat. As always, everyone wants to come for a chat, feel free. No matter who the manager is, the club will be buying the players. That's what I mean. It's like, yeah, it's, and unless you've got a good, like we have now, like a good director of recruitment, what's they gonna do? You know, is it just gonna be like championship manager? You know, no, I totally agree. So does Steve. It's not a makeup to be a team like that. Newcastle had some, you know, they almost won the title, didn't they? When John Hall came in with Kevin Keegan, and so, you know, fair enough. But and it's nice, and it's fair enough. You know, I know there is it's weird. There's two sides of me. There is a slight jealousy that they've got money now, but then it's a jealousy. Is it just because they've got it and I want it? Probably, rather than actually what's behind it. And if you look behind it and you take those rose tinted glasses off, you're thinking, actually, yeah, it's a good point. It's not, you know, is it to the detriment of the club being bought out like that? Done. And they got a 300 million is a cheap deal. Alan Shearer, next manager, who knows? The more trophies we win, the more tourists we will get. Exactly. And then people will moan about that and you know, so it's like, as you said, more people, you know, you're going to have loads of kids around the world wearing Newcastle shirts now. It's like, well, none of them have even stepped foot in the North East. Arsene Wenger, next manager of Newcastle, he's fair. Russ, are you giving us the gift of your presence tonight, Andy? Who knows, man? It's a bit thought in the Budden household at the moment, so I think I'll let you know. If I'm there, I'm there. If I'm not, I'm not. I'll be honest. That's where I am at the moment, to be honest. Carlos Sanchez, the tune, 125 million. But that's the thing now. Anyone who's going to want to buy it, and if a Newcastle comes calling for Harry Kane, just making a name up, Tottenham go, right, okay, well, it's 100. Well, I know you've got 320 billion pounds in the bank, so it's double the price, so it's 25% on top. So they're actually going to end up spending a lot more money. The Geordies I know are hating all this already. Yeah, exactly. You've got the ones who are outside James's Park with beers going, yeah, we got our club back. No, you haven't. You've just given it to someone else who is a worse, you could potentially be a worse owner, but he's got money. They've got money. So Jamaicans looked better yesterday. A fit Antonio would have been amazing to see. Canada versus Mexico was a good game too. Thanks, you PCats. Good to know. What will the stadium? Who knows? St James's Park, sure, but it'll probably be St James's Park. I don't know. I'm very happy with selling my soul for trophies. You hello the lads. That was a fun one. Yeah, myself, I'd love to see to be top for every year. I wouldn't care the one that which way came. Man City medal, just fair enough. Peter Jones, fair enough. Hong Kong to you. Yep, we looked better. Missing key players. Right, let's get Andy, and he's on the train. Andy, you all right, mate?
Not bad, Joe.
I'm all right. You're good boy. You're wearing your mask on the train. Well done.
Yeah, of course.
That's
yeah, how you doing now? You alright?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm not gonna lie, mate. I'm feeling a bit rough. I went out with work last night and had a few too many steins on the way home, and I had to be up at 4:45 this morning.
Oh dear. But at least you half day today, innit?
You know, exactly, mate. Exactly. I've got a load of stuff to prepare for tomorrow.
Oh, very good, man. Very good. Looking forward to your shindig.
Yeah. Obviously, I've got back from my beef the other day, so still got me tan. So I'm happy. I thought it might have gone by now already. And then, like I said, mate, I know things. If you turn up tomorrow, it'll be a Brucey bonus as well. We've got half hour of Clockwork Orange, so we've got a bit of raving going on as well through the night as well. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant. No, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Right. I've got people who lined up. But anyway, hello and get home safe.
Thanks, Dad.
Cheers, mate. Give me 3 wings when you get in. See ya. There's Andy. I thought I'd not be because also I could hear the Tannoy announcement. I thought I didn't want it to get right. Why do you think that they never went for us and went for Arsenal apart from the fact that they have 300 million, absolute bargain, I think. And actually, there are. I hate the expression sleeping giant, but they sort of are. They've got, a big stadium, big fan base. I know we have as well, but theirs is established. Ours is relatively new. We've only been in the London Stadium for, say, 5-6 years, where they've been in St James's Park for a long time. And, there's... But, the infrastructure, obviously, they're in the ground as well. So, obviously, it's different. Following West Ham is a journey up and down. Even relegation, exciting and painful, but I will not be change a thing to be... Exactly! And I love it. And I love going, and it's horrible when you go down, but it's a great season. Hopefully only one season when you go down, because you come straight back up again. And you've played some great teams that you haven't played before, and you win some games, and you are sort of the Man City of the league. That season, everyone's going for you. So, yeah, I myself waited long enough to be the top 40. Pete, I think it went a little bit longer, my friend. Wasn't it named Asda? Something like that. I don't know. Was it? Canada have been amazing these qualifiers. Jamaica has seen them at home. We'll be playing away since the start. Newcastle won't do it every night. They play. We'll go to Newcastle unless the money took 3 years to build. We'll have to start by paying the big team rejects. Great show. Or overpaying. To get these players in, not just on a salary, not just on a transfer fee, but on a salary as well. Really, to be fair, isn't it? What we got here? Their sale included the stadium. Fair play. Even when Newcastle get to beat Man City, they will take a couple of, and there is no guarantee of success. No, exactly. There's no guarantee. You can build a team. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work. I mean, look at. I mean, Chelsea spent a lot of money, and to be honest, they haven't won a title, for a few years, have they yet? And City, Liverpool did them in the title run, and it's not guaranteed you're going to be successful. And I just think it's again, I think there's us and Newcastle fans, there's a mutual respect there, and so I think I'm really happy for them, but then I don't know. It's a weird one. Kevin King done what he could back when he could, yeah, and even he could exactly. He'd love it. I'd love it if we beat him. every player being sold has just shot up 20 million. That's what I mean. So they're going to be paying a lot more than they would have done beforehand. But then they probably wouldn't have gone for those players beforehand. So it's sort of it's a balancing act, really. Would never want an oil state owning us. More likely olive oil owners. Have a bit of olive oil extra virgin, yes, please. And that's just not for me oil. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. No, Kieran, I am in a complete agreement. Complete agreement. I think Nigel actually said something on there, and he was like, he'd want a West Ham fan to be taking over the club and and I kind of agree. But now Saudi Newcastle will dominate and win 80% of the titles in the next 20 years. Well, Karuku, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. I don't think they will. I just don't think they will. I just don't think they've got the infrastructure. And you need a team to win. You need a team to win a title. You need the right manager, you need the right level of investment. Look at Leicester. I mean, even to Man City. I mean, you see that. Go and watch that All or Nothing. Pep's got a great team spirit there, and he's still got people like Phil Foden on there. He's got he's got some superstars, but it's been developed over a number of years. And if one piece, it will change another piece for another piece, and I think that I think we're the complete opposite. Look how Moyes has transformed our team and our club, really, without spending an absolute crap load of money at all in relative terms. He hasn't spent a lot of money, and look where we are now as an entity. We got lube, not olive oil. All works the same, but not with bread. Not with bread and balsamic. If Newcastle come knocking for Declan, I think the price is going to be free. That's the thing. It's knocking the door, 3 million. And to be honest, you wouldn't assume Dec would go. Personally, it's two ways to improve a club. Either a great manager or a wealthy owner. It's the modern way. It's true. Could be some bargains to be bought as they start to get rid of lesser players, maybe. Saudi Newcastle, from rubbish to artificially push Saudi to buy it on steroids overnight. There's nothing to do with sport or fair play. That's what I don't understand. But I think it must, in terms of the prim and proper or the fair, prim and proper, lead, management, ownership thing, the Premier League. How they got through it, I don't know. But they did. Right, let's get Jimbo. All right, Jim, how are you doing, my friends?
How are you, mate? Long time no speak.
I know. How are you, E20 Zone TV?
Good, mate. Doing all right. Cracking on with life. West Ham are doing good.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything's going well. But just want to talk to you about Newcastle.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
What do I make for it? There's. I'll be honest. There is confliction. There is confliction in that I am jealous because I think every other club apart from Man City are going to be jealous of that because But in the same way, I would be reluctant to accept that as my new owners. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's like, the money's great, but it's the we all know about the Saudi government and stuff like that. So it's like, and then you get into a bit of a political, and that's not really to do with football.
Yeah, but so is there any good owners in the world though, other than the Leicester owners?
Well, probably. I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's one of those things where. But I think there's an extremity. I think arguably this. I mean, a lot of people. I know you saw all the pictures in Newcastle. And everyone like, Ray. But there's been quite a lot I've read on Twitter and Facebook from my friends in Newcastle who are a little bit who are quite opposed to it. They're like, anyone apart from them. It was almost anyone apart from Ashley, but anyone apart from Ashley or them. And for 300 million, they've got an absolute bargain. Haven't they, really, in reality terms, for a football club? I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I'm glad I'm outside looking in rather than inside looking out.
I've got to admit, if someone said to me right now we're going to have owners come in and invest in the team, and in 2 years' time we're challenging for top 4 Premier League and top honours, I think every West Ham fan would accept it, mate, whoever the owners were. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? It's quite. I mean, there seems to be a bit of a split. It's in here. It's a bit of a split. There's guys who are like, well, that's not really us, And part of me is like, I mean, the inevitable goal of football is to win matches and win the title, but only one team can do that every year. And so there's 19 teams who don't do that. So, we've always been one of those 19 teams. And yeah, maybe we might be nice to win one. But then the flip side is then you end up, we already know there's there's a disconnect between how some fans perceive West Ham now to 10 years ago. That'd be accelerated even more so if we won the title. Do you know what I mean? Because then you get more football tourists and people are like, oh, we're not all fans, and
But we've got to also remember that we haven't won a trophy in 41 years.
I know we still got an incredible fan base.
Yeah,
so it's like
the old saying is, you're not in it for the trophies, you're in it for the love, and it's always been a motto with us. It's always been
we've backed the wrong horse if that was the case. If we were going for the money,
Do you know what I mean? We're in it for the love, but I agree. I'm a bit sort of green on it because I look at us and I think with a bit of investment, with the fan base that we've got, the ground that we've got now, we could really do big things. And I think Newcastle have just overtaken Arsenal and Tottenham now massively. I think they're up there with the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because what it is, I know people say about the money and all that, but they can go out and spend 150 million, 200 million in January.
Yeah, they could.
An eyelid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they could do.
And they could come and raid Declan from us, which is a worry. So.
Well, I mean, to be honest, anyone who comes calling is going to be right. Okay, well, you're going to have like a Newcastle tax on top. So, like, if Declan Rice was £100 million, Newcastle come, that's 150.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the worst thing when you've got money. That's why we're quite good at last January to say we didn't have. No one really knew how much money we had. So when we come calling, people don't go, right, okay, I know you've got in that press, you've got 100 million, so we're going to ask for more. It's the same thing. We know you've got 320 million pounds in the bank. So there we go.
Do you think though, Russ, it makes the league better, or has it just made the league a bit? How can I put it? It was bad enough having the top four as they are. Now you got another one in there. Is the league going to be like sort of cutting off soon enough, where it's going to be top 10 teams are all sort of money pits, and the bottom 10 are just scrambling for survival?
I don't know. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be. It'll be interesting what the next one is. Do you know what I mean? The next one.
Yeah.
Because this one is a bit of a seismic change in terms of levels of investment and stuff. If Arsenal get bought out by the Spotify guy, or whatever, then that's different because he's actually an Arsenal fan, and I'm waiting for Chesney Hawkes to put his money his hand in his pocket. I have a word with him, but I think it's really interesting. I think it's wasn't WHU 58, you made a good point, because the great thing about our club is on any given day we can beat any top team from anywhere at home. When we do, we cherish them all, and I think that's it. So I think for us, I think we're always going to be that, and I quite like us being that plucky underdog. I think that is deep in the West Hamness of our roots. We're from the East End, and and we came out with the spirit of the Blitz and that type of stuff. That's what we still have, and I think it's great. You've got another another Goliath to be a David to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's exciting. I mean, for us, it's exciting when Newcastle come to town and say they have. I mean, it's never going to happen, but say they have, Haaland and they have Mbappe, and you'll go and watch them, and and it puts more eyes in the Premier League. It puts more money in the coffers, which could mean more money for the Premier League. I think it means it distances the Premier League from all the other leagues even more so now, because you've got the Saudi money in there now. So yeah, very interesting.
Do you think it makes it harder for us, don't there, Russ, as a club, to sort of win a domestic trophy?
No. I don't think it does. I think Newcastle are going to take 2-3 years at least for anything filters through.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, look at Moyes has done with relatively no money in relative terms compared to Arsenal. Arsenal spent £150 million a player in the summer, and they've done fuck all. Really, where we spent bugger all, but we've just, in relative terms, but we've just done it the right way. And I think you'll have it. I think, it depends who Newcastle getting as their manager. If they got in someone if they got in Antonio Conte or Zidane, he's not going to do it. They need to go and get not David Moyes, but that type of player, type of manager who has the money to then do what he can to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Very good.
It's going to take them time. I do agree with that. But it's just when you're seeing a different club who's just basically just been hand given a lottery ticket for life now,
Yeah.
and the Saudis ain't going nowhere. They're also going to look to buy Inter Miami in America. There's another club that they're looking at. So they're in it for the long term. And I look at us and I think with a bit of investment, we could be like an established top 6 club because at present we're better than Arsenal, we're better than Tottenham.
Yeah.
So if you take them two out the equation, we can get in that top 6 pretty comfortable.
Yeah, no, I feel.
But it's just when you've only got one striker at the club, it don't help.
It's not okay. Yeah, we know that's Moyes. Unless he got an Antonio Mark II, it was going to be that as a case because that's the way he plays. So, yeah, I think we'll wait and see. As I said, I think it's interesting. It makes things more interesting in the Premier League. It gives you someone else to be up against. I think unless you've got a team behind you, it's literally going to be just a shop window. And as someone said, the likelihood is the players will be turning over every couple of years because they'll have enough of living in Newcastle. The money's great, but for a lot of players, you can get good money wherever you go now.
Yeah, that is very true.
So it's destination, isn't it? It's like, would you rather go Newcastle or Man City? We'd probably go Manchester, nice than Newcastle. Would you rather go PSG? I might go PSG. Or I might go, it's like, so it's they got their pick, and they really.
Come to West Ham. It's lovely. Canary Wharf. Docklands.
Yeah, exactly. That's we're perfectly positioned.
Yeah, got O2 up the road.
Exactly. You can go and watch. There's a cable car and everything. So there we go.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Well, I thought I'd drop in and see you, Russ.
Cheers,
I hope you're well.
Okay.
I'm glad you're good.
Yeah, you too, buddy. You too, man.
And you take care of yourself, mate.
You too, man. See you soon. Bye.
Take
See ya. There's Jimbo. Right. Okay. It's not Friday about this man. We've only got a couple of minutes, this man, but we'll Oh, there he is. He sneaks in. He sneaked in. He was like, where is he? There he is. Peach.
P to the J to the R to the U to the S to the S to the Y to the B. It's DJ Brush CP. It's DJ Brush CP. D to the J to the R to the U to the S to the S to the Y to the B. It's DJ Brush CP. It's DJ Brush CP. How are you, my G?
I'm doing, man. How are you doing, buddy? You all right, man?
I'm fine. Like all this malarkey about, Newcastle, they're going to be the next Man City. No, they're not. No, they're not. Do you remember an old saying, like, money can't buy love? Money can't buy success. You already seen it with Pellegrini, man.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. That's what I was trying to say to James. It's like, yeah, it's like part of everyone is envious because, yeah, of course you'd love your club to have a lot of money. Of course you would. Yeah. It's your club. But then there's the flip side going, actually, yeah, but what does that money bring? That brings expectation. It brings headache. It brings new fan. It begins, more tourist fans, which everyone moans about. It brings more marketing because they got to, get more money for their return on investment. So, people moan about all the stuff that we do now. It's like, well, could you imagine if we had I think it's good to be, as I said to Jim, it's good to be outside looking in rather than inside looking out.
Yeah, and flying under the radar. Under the radar.
Exactly.
And 100%. Did you hear about Periev? He was one of the boys on Pi Capital or whatever. And he's apparently going to put the same bid that Pi, the second bid Pi put in, but he's going to have Sullivan and Gold be life partners or whatever for
no idea, man.
Yeah, it was news that came out today, and apparently he's gonna put in the bid, have Sullivan and Gold become life partners or something like that, but at a certain time they pass the baton and then he'll own the club through and through.
Well, there you go, man. There you go. You made it, and some made a really good point. GP made a good point. People forget the Icelandics.
Yes,
the Icelandics.
Egert Magnusson.
And it was like, this is it. And then all we do is we get Kieran Dyer, we get Freddie Lundberg, we got all these players on a really long contracts, and none of it worked. And then the money fell out.
We did get a bunch of biscuits, though. We did get a bunch of biscuits, Russ.
Yeah, we get some very good biscuits, but there we go. And then all the money falls out. So what happens, man? It's just like it's one of those things where I'm a great believer of you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Yeah.
So that's me. That's me. We'll keep it. I'm happy. I'm happy being the plucky club that everyone respects, because the respect people have with West Ham now, and the job that David Moyes has done is still so much greater than, for example, Steve Bruce, won't be Steve Bruce, but say Rafa Benitez in 2 years' time at Newcastle. The thing they ever say, you've done really good, but you've bought your league. That was the thing they always said about Blackburn. They did, but they bought the league. They
did with Shearer. That was with Shearer, wasn't it? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I remember them saying still, man. It's I don't. I'm happy. With what David Moyes is doing, I'm happy. I'm jealous. Yeah. I'm also happy for Newcastle. It looks good on them because they got great supporters. So it looks good on them, but it's a headache I don't want to have. I'm with you on that, Russ. 100%.
It's a headache I wouldn't want to be part of. I wouldn't want to be in that boardroom meeting when the Saudis say your team's not. You're the manager. You're not performing, and you go and see the owners. I wouldn't want that at all. I wouldn't want that at all.
You are getting the hoof if you like 3 bad performances and you're gone.
I would be like, okay, I'm going to just go. I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. Yeah, I'll go now. They go, right, we're not going to honour your contract. What? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Before
you come back twice, you're out the door.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a very wise thing to do. Just keep quiet and carry on. Keep quiet and carry on. That's what I would do.
Absolutely, mate. Are you having the oh my god tonight?
Hopefully so. Yes. Hopefully back to normal. Couple of weekends without it in normality. So yeah, we're getting back to it this weekend tonight.
Nice.
Looking forward to it. How's the world according to Peach?
What's that, Maggie?
How's the world according to Peach?
The world is dandy. The world is dandy. The world is fine, man. Honestly, how's Russ in the West Ham Network world?
Yeah, well, let's ask another one. Let's ask someone else.
Peachy boy!
Oh my
You see, asking now shall receive.
Yes.
Peach is in the house.
Peach in the house.
Right? Anton's in the house, Doc. How do you mean? What are you saying, little boy?
Anton's in the house. Stell's on holiday. Oh.
Woohoo!
Stell's away, so we get everyone on the show.
I love it.
What's happening, lads?
Yeah, we're good, man. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you very much. Keeping well on this beautiful, horrible, rainy day.
Yeah, it's not nice today, is it? Yeah.
Beautiful, horrible, rainy day.
Yeah, just gonna take you up there, down there, all that sort of stuff.
I got you.
Yeah, just listening to all this Newcastle stuff, it's like, oh man.
It is like but it's like do you know what it reminds me of as well? It reminds me because like you see like a lot of the fans, like non-Newcastle fans, it's very reminiscent of when we were awarded the Olympic Stadium, and it's like some people were saying, "Oh, it's good luck to them," and people was like, "No, you shouldn't do that." And a lot of our fan base was still the same. It's the same thing. It's like I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, I'd probably, most people would want, the Olympic Stadium. Most people would want, a stadium for, in essence, for free for £2 million quid a year. That's not bad. In the same way that most of us would probably want an owner who's worth £320 billion. But the flip side is, it's the Saudi government, and it's it's like
this law. Am I correct in saying? I'm sorry, I've missed most of the show. I've only been able to jump on, but this law is the equivalent in terms of riches. If you put Man City with all the other clubs in the Premier League and times that by 4.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that was something quite interesting because I thought originally when Man City were bought out by Sheikh Mansour, he was worth something like £300 billion, or the family were, but now like it's all coming out that he's only worth £32 billion. Well, I think some people have changed the numbers to make it seem a bit more outrageous for Newcastle, but it's true. They are worth 320 billion, and then Sheikh Mansour is worth 32 billion.
Oh, he must be hard done by only being worth 32 million. Flipping hell!
As Simon said, it's all right someone being worth 32 billion, but they're not going to invest 320 billion, 400. They're not, that's not their job. They're not going to spend their money.
Yeah.
Sully's a billionaire on paper. He's not investing £1 billion. So there'll still be, and as I said the other day, people are rich because they don't spend money. They invest it, and things they do invest in, they expect that investment back. Otherwise, they wouldn't spend it. So
I think it's no doubt though that these guys will spend money at Newcastle, but they've quite clearly stated, from anything I've ever seen, that they've stated that this is going to be a longer term project. However, depends on what the decision is going to be over Steve Bruce and when that decision is made. And depend who comes in. Because if you remember when Man City were taking over, their kind of star signing was Robinho, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's Newcastle fans will be desperately wanting that style of player. However, what that lady said, was it that lady that said it?
Amanda.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she said, I thought it was interesting what she said. She said, listen, it's not just about the one player, it's about building a team, a unit. And that's then what brings you back to like West Ham and David Moyes and how well Moyes done in building what he's done on the shoestring budget that he's got, challenging these teams, challenging the top four.
Exactly. That's what, I'm with that. I think it's we don't forget when we had the Icelandics. They didn't. Look at the caliber of players we had, and he's went over, and that's what's going to happen as soon as you see Newcastle come calling. As soon as you see a phone call, it's got Newcastle. Yeah, hi, yeah, okay, wherever it is. All right, that's 20 million quid on top because you're Newcastle. We know you got in the bank. It's like it's going to be tough for them to spend money.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. That's the problem. It's spending it well. They'll be able to spend money, but spending it well. Otherwise, they have to overprice on the transfer fee. They have to overprice on the actual wages as well for the players to entice them to go to the northeast rather than going to Canary Wharf and Kings Road at Chelsea. They'll have to go to St James's Park and go around there. It's not them.
Oh yeah, what a day out that would be.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's hope they get the Hallers and the Andersons and then.
Yeah,
you can just give them some of that.
They can have them.
Yeah, well, take them. Oh, Haller was scoring 4 goals. He did the other day. Right. Go.
Indeed. Right, Pete, I'm going to let you go, man.
All right. One love, everybody. Everybody, one love. Big up, Rusty. Big up, Anton.
That's it, man. That's it. Very good.
Sir.
Peace out, Peach.
Peach out, Peach. Oh, he's a nice one, Stel's here. So quiet. But yes, Anton is going to be doing a daily show today.
Yes.
We don't know when.
Yes. Well, we do now.
Oh, okay.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. So there we go. Someone was moaning about we don't know when the shows will start. 8 p.m. tonight. Anton's doing a daily. He is talking about transfers, about recruitment.
Yeah.
Exciting
Mr.
times.
David Moyes' new transfer policy.
Indeed. Very, very good. And then in the next week we've got some fun stuff. We should have a couple of ex-players stuff coming on and all bits and bobs, man. In it.
Yep. And then is it next week we go into? Is it next a week on Saturday, a week on Sunday? We're Everton. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be kind of back to doing the previews.
Back to normal. It's funny. It's a bit like treading in treacle, isn't it? It seems a little bit during these international breaks, and then it all just goes crazy again, and it will go crazy again because we've got Everton, and then we've got that week of death where we've got like 3 games. We've got
I don't know if you've seen it yesterday, and I'm not expecting you to have seen it, Russ. But if anyone who's watching now, go and check my West Ham Daily out yesterday because I did discuss the kind of campaign that we've got coming up, taking into consideration this international break. Then we have a spell of so many games, and then it goes into another international break in November, and then we've got something like 12 games in 45 days or something like that. But that's not including if West Ham do get through the Carabao Cup to then get the next round. And then if we get through the next round after that, in early January, it's a 2-legged semi-final in early January. So there's 3 potential games to get added to that mix. So we'll see.
Mental.
Mental, mate. Mental.
So everyone get your rest. because it's going to be busy. It's going to be
It
busy
is.
times. Busy
It is.
times.
It
Busy
really
times.
is.
And we're lining up some cool guests for Anton's previews as well.
We are. Yes, thank
We
you.
are.
Russie
We
B.
are. That's
Russ,
just
there's someone in the chat. There's someone in the chat.
Who's that?
The
What?
Days banter.
Yes, Days.
This
Days
is what
is
we're
in the
gonna.
house.
The Days banter. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna review your
Yeah.
review of our review.
Of our review.
You up for that?
It's going to be
You
like
up for that?
Inception. We're getting Inception. So we're going to review Daya's review of our review.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Daya could then review our review of his review of his review. And then
I
my mind
didn't,
just
Daya, I didn't know you did this. I've came across it, and I'm actually gutting myself laughing. I really am. But what I love about it, Daya, what I love about it is you disagree with Matt's markings. Now, Matt's markings actually go against borderline similar to one of the highest reputable sports reporters in the footballing world. So you're digging Matt out, you've got to dig this guy out as well. But anyway,
Yeah,
genuinely, I know it's all
absolutely.
banter anyway.
We love it. We love it.
Yeah, we do.
We love it. It's all good fun. All good fun. Anyway, as I said, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Mantel's going to be back 8:00 today, doing the dailies. And then next week, we've got a couple of ex-players coming on during the week. Hopefully one Monday at 9:00. There used to be some show on at 9:00 on Monday nights on this channel. I forgot it was called the West Ham something. It's a flagship show. But anyway, he's not here. So
Yeah.
flagship show. And so... so that's going to be on, and then and it should be good on. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next week. It should be good.
Absolutely.
Anton's very much looking forward to it. This is very good. And
Absolutely.
as always, keep an eye out on all socials. Obviously, we've got the Legends Nights. First one's coming on next Saturday, the 24th after the Tottenham game with Waldy and Gailey. We're actually going to have Waldy on next Wednesday. So we're going to have a chat with him so you can ask him questions and we'll talk about the event and stuff like that as well. So it'll be all good in the hood. Sounds good. Sounds good. Get involved, guys. Get involved. As I said there, if you follow us on socials, all the information's on there as well. So make sure you keep it. I miss Anton and oh dear, yeah. Well,
Russ gets it.
I get it on WhatsApp 24/7. Don't name me. Yeah, if you don't say his name 5 times, and then it's like the Candyman. It's like the Candyman with Stelios. But anyway, guys. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. As I said, make sure you check out Anton's West Ham Daily 8:00, and also check out the ex-player interviews. Playlist. There's loads of ex interviews, and not ex interviews. Interviews of ex-players on there. We're adding to them all the time. Not all of them come out on the subscription list, so you don't not see them all, but they're all going to be put into the playlist, so you can check them out if you've, There's not much else to do. It's not as England. Oh, it's England's tomorrow, isn't it? England tomorrow? Yeah, England tomorrow. So
something else is tomorrow. Something else is tomorrow, Russ.
What's that?
I think I should plug my birthday because you plugged your birthday so much.
Oh, it's your birthday. Yeah, but yours isn't a big one, is it? Or it is a big one.
No, it's not.
Well, every year. I mean, to be honest, you and me, the size of ours, every year's a big year. To be honest,
I'm still a pup compared to you, Russ.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Anton's birthday tomorrow, everybody. Anyway, so please send him your birthday wishes.
Yeah,
your best birthday
wishes.
That'd be
nice.
All right, then, guys. Well, take care. Wash those hands, all that stuff. Get those jab appointments. As always, we'd like to thank all of our lovely channel members, and as always, I'd like to give them a little plug. So that's them at the end. Take care, everyone. Bye.
It's like a family tree.